So, new story kicks off by introducing us to Rintaro Tsumugi, a tall, quiet guy who attends Chidori Public High School, a school known for its rowdy and misfit students, well despite his intimidating appearance. Rintaro is actually a kind-hearted soul, but only his close friends knows about this. But aside from that, Chidori High, an all-girls elite school named Kikyo High, is right beside it. And as you can see, the hatred runs deep in all the students of Kikyo for Chidori students. Then back to our guy, he works at his family's bakery alongside his mother Kyoko. Then one day, a girl named Karakoko Waguri was in the bakery, curious. Rintaro thought to see who was she, and Karakoko got so nervous that her food got stuck in her system. Rintaro was in awe watching a tiny girl eating this much. But Karakoko was aware of this and quickly stormed off the store, leaving the guy in daze. So he asks his mother about her. Kyoko told him she drops by every now and then, she's a regular, but she won't be any longer now that Rintaro has scared her too. But Kyoko didn't blame Rintaro for this, and then next day, Karakoko returns to the bakery and asks to speak with Rintaro. She apologized for storming off yesterday and bought the cake to show her sincerity, but instead she was drooling for it, so Rintaro gave it back. Well, I guess she's a good eater judging by her looks. She reveals that she had seen him helping out in the bakery before, so she doesn't find him intimidating at all. Now that was a first that it really surprises Rintaro, who often assumes people sees him as a delinquent demon lord due to his school's reputation and his own appearance. So Karakoko said that she ran of yesterday because she got nervous, since at first time that a boy stared at her. So cute and very much pure. Then they talked for a bit and Karakoko takes her leave. But then a group of boys saw her with Rintaro. They owe Rintaro a debt as they attended same middle school, and that is why they approached the girl. They started harassing Karakoko, telling her to stay away from Rintaro and all, but Karakoko stands her ground, calling them out for judging Rintaro based on appearances. This ticks TR then off, and when one of the boys attempts to punch her, so Rintaro steps in to protect her. This scared the boys off with his imposing presence. He apologized to Karakoko for bringing this to her, but she had never seen him that way, and instead thanked him for saving her. She wasn't just pure, but she's actually an honest and a humble lady, and this marks the beginning of their unexpected connection, bridging the gap between their different social worlds. After that, the next day, Rintaro arrived early at school and did nothing but wait, but across the room he saw Karakoko was from that rival school. Now what to do about this messed up situation? Rintaro was still trying to process the fact that Karakoko was from Kikyo Private Academy, the prestigious all-girls school that hates all students of Chidori. He's a bit shaken, and he's unsure about what that means for their budding friendship. At school, his friend Shohei Usami vents about the girls from Kikyo staring daggers at him the other day. He's had enough of the tension and is visibly upset. Rintaro, usually calm, gets flustered and ends up shouting at his friends when they jokes about Kikyo being too disgusting to look at. It's a rare moment where his emotions get the better of him. Later on, bro can't concentrate on his class as he only had the lady in his mind, because he thought now Karakoko will definitely stop coming to his shop. Then Rintaro and his friends decided to go to karaoke to relax. But their Saka notices the crowds of crows at the gate. They were staring at a girl from Kikyo waiting, and it's Karakoko. Usami already had enough with girls from Kikyo and his anger floods out of him, but Rintaro stops him from blasting at her. There her other friends came and took her away, and others noticed Rintaro's unusual behavior and asks if something's bothering him. Rintaro brushes it off, not wanting to delve into his feelings. So when Rintaro returns home, he finds Karakoko waiting for him inside his bakery. This unexpected visit catches him off guard, and Karakoko apologized because she didn't know things would get so out of hand. There Kyoko came in and asked Karakoko to stay for a while to eat leftover cakes. Karakoko declined, but her tummy was honest. But while eating together, things got super awkward between them as both are each other's first crush. In that nervousness, Rintaro lets out that he felt like Karakoko will never meet him again, but instead Karakoko said she was happy when she found out Rintaro was in Chidori. It sort of made her sad that Rintaro took her in wrong way, so she left. And Kyoko noticed Rintaro's uneasiness and gently points out that Karakoko sees him beyond his school's reputation, and encourages him to be more open and not let his insecurities dictate his actions, taking that to his heart. This time Rintaro waited for her at the school gate early to apologize for hurting her the other day. Both lets out their feelings and agreed to be friends for who they are. That's how their new journey in their life begins. So, after that some time went by and now comes the scorching heat of the summer season. Usami and Rintaro were being cooked in this heat, but Usami was looking forward to sports festival at least. But then both got some bad news from their homeroom teacher. If they fail the upcoming midterm exams, they won't be allowed to participate in the school's sports festival. Shohei, who's already struggling to focus in this heat, is especially worried. So he decides to ask Saku and Ayato for help, but they both turns him down, leaving him feeling even more stressed and screwed. There, Rintaro got a text from her mom to invite Karakoko because discount is going on their shop. But Rintaro himself hadn't seen her in a while, so he tried to text the lady and just waited for her response. At noon finally she replied and said she got other plans for the day, so sorry that she won't make it. Then Usami took Rintaro and heads to the library, but Shohei's attention span is all over the place. Eventually, he gives up and leaves, but to bring Saku back with him for help, leaving Rintaro to study alone here. Their two middle schooler were looking for place to study as it is packed, so Rintaro gave up his own seat. That's he saw Karakoko was here too with her friends. Rintaro's a bit surprised to see her there, but he decided not to talk. Outside he was studying on his own again, and that's when Karakoko herself came in. She explains that she's studying for her own exams. To his surprise, Karakoko follows him out as she had noticed him. She sits beside him and starts helping him with his studies, offering explanations and guidance in her calm, gentle manner. And by the way, she's the top model student in their class. Rintaro was initially hesitant, yet he begins to realize her kindness and asked for help. But just as things are going smoothly, a new character enters the scene, Subaru Ashina, a silver-haired girl from Kikyo Academy. She approaches them with a stern look and demands to know what Rintaro is doing with Karakoko. Subaru is protective of Karakoko and doesn't trust students from Chidori High, typical reaction given the rivalry between their schools. Rintaro tries to explain, but Subaru isn't buying it. She insists that Karakoko shouldn't be associating with someone from Chidori. The tension rises, and right there Usami brought others here as well. The situation drops to bad to worse. Subaru thought of moving out of here, but Usami approaches her and Subaru and Rintaro both got in between. Their Saka didn't stay silent and finally broke. He pointed out at Subaru for being an albino and rich princess, so Rintaro said she was one waiting at the gate that day. But before this gag turned into a fiasco, Usami apologized that he blasted out that day at Karakoko, and she did too for escalating the matter by waiting at their school gate. Later she tried to convince Subaru that not all guys from Chidori are bad as they think they are. If anything, some are kind, and Subaru couldn't argue. And later that night Karakoko called Rintaro to clear the air again for what happened. You can see the bond was slowly forming stronger between them, but between this Subaru was genuinely worried for Karakoko. And right there our video ends, but if you want to watch the next episode, then subscribe and hit the bell icon, or else you might miss the new updates. Till then, take care.